Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss dialogues. Dialogues are basically those small boxes which you see appearing in the apps, which contain messages. Sometimes they come up when they want the user to select something, and then they disappear once the selection is made. These are some customized dialogues are there, and some of them are system made. So we will be looking at both of them. I have made some four dialogues here which we will be discussing and we will be coding them. First one is alert dialog box. This is a basic dialog box which Android provides you. You can customize this in the sense that you can change the message name and the title name. You can also change the names of the buttons which are exactly present there. Let's say I click on no, then there's a toast message which comes, then you have a date. If I choose any date, then I get to see that date there. On date set, date is showing up here also. Time, if I click on time, then any time that I choose starts showing up here also. And then the last one is custom message, custom dialog. You see this dialog is different than the previous ones because this is a custom dialog. The developer can create this dialog on their own, and let's say I type here hello and I click on OK. We see that hello gets displayed here also and here as well, right? So this is these are the four dialogues that we will be discussing here, and we will first create the layouts for them, how to make them look, and then we will be coding for them. So here again we see that I have created an empty activity, which is the first activity, the main activity. And if I go and check my activity main, then this is again hello world comes here, and I again delete it like always. Activity main, I'll have to make changes in this activity so that this activity looks like this screen. So let's see what all needs to be done. I'll first go to text, and then if you check here, I'll need to first I'll be needing a text view here, and then there's this button, there's this another button which has a text view, another text view button, text view button, and then text view, right? So this is all that we will be designing here. For a change this time, I will not be changing from relative to linear. We will keep it relative only so that we also get to learn about the relative layout as we move forward. Wrap content, we will be taking the first one is text view, and let's say we keep it as wrap content only. The Android text that we need to put in is dialog buttons. Text view. And we also make sure that it is center horizontal, right? Because we need to make sure that it is centered. When we look at it, it should be in the center like this, right? So this is done fine. Now let's create our first button. The first one was simple alert button. I'll give the ID as button 1. This is below the text view that I've created. But now look here, the one thing which we need to understand is that it is below the text view, and but it is not, the below does not mean that it will be directly below this text view. It might, because this button is also below the dialog buttons text view, right? So when we go here and we see that we have done layout below text view, it works fine for us. And we also mention on click, we name the method as alert dialog, right? So first button is done. and there was no text view next to it, so we don't need to do anything else here. For next two buttons we will put wrap content and text as date. ID as button 2, and this is layout below button 1, right? And on click is 8. Let us see how does it look. Looks fine. Now the next thing is that we want to do is the text view, which has to come to the right of our date button. I will be using layout to the right of here because this text view has to be to the right of button 2. Text as set a date. Let us see. No, this is here, and whereas it should come here. So let us see what needs to be done here. Okay, we need to align the baseline with the above button. So yeah, so basically the baseline of this button, this text view is now aligned with this button, and that's why it is not showing up here, right? After this we will make another button. Text will be time. This is button 3. Below button 2. Yeah. And I also need to declare on click, which is time. Let me copy paste this text view and just make the relevant changes so as to save time. The text view has to be named as TV3. This will be to the button right to the button 3, set time and align baseline button 3, right? Fine. The only thing which is left now is button custom. I have to put this below button 3. Yeah. And last thing is on click. So I name it as custom. Looks fine. If you notice, there's another layout which we need to prepare right now, which is the layout which comes when we click on this button. You see, this is not something which has been provided by Android SDK. This is something which we will have to design on our own. So the only solution to that is we go to an XML file and we prepare this layout, and let's see how do we do that. First things first, we go to the resource folder and layouts. So as of now, there's only one activity main, which is a default layout given by Android for empty activities. I'll go to new and then go to an XML layout XML file, right? And here I will type custom, and I get a fresh layout, which is linear layout, on which I can create the layout for the custom. There's only one thing which I need to do here is the orientation, because by default orientation is horizontal. If you don't if you don't specify it, then Android considers it horizontal. So I will make it vertical, and then I will start planning my layout. First is I would like to have an image view, so that I can show an icon there. 50 dp is the width that I want my icon to have, and for height also the same. I'll write as image for ID. I will be giving a margin to right so that it looks better, and because it's an image view, I'll also have to give a image which I have stored in my drawable folder. One thing which I would like to highlight here is that any image that you use should be a PNG image. Sometimes Android accepts JPG, but it's not a safe bet, so it's always good to use PNG only. Then we will put text view here. Put the ID. Text as custom dialog. Let's see how does this look. Okay. Then we need to put an edit text here. A hint. ID. And this is fine for edit text. Then we go to the final button that we need to have. So what we will do is we will make this as 50 dp only, because we want the dialog to be smaller. So basically this entire layout will start appearing in as a dialog, and because we want dialog to be small, we will have to keep its constituents as very small. We'll keep the ID as button, okay, text as okay, margin right will give us 5 dp, and margin top also 5 dp, because we don't want our constituents to clutter around, right? So this is looking better here. So now I have got this layout, and this is the layout which will finally appear as a layout as a dialog, and this screen we already had made. So we are done with our layouts. Now we need to start coding. So let's meet in the next session and see how do we code for the dialogues. Thank you. See you.